Hi, Eileen Veilleux The Fam here. Welcome to the final installment on claustrophobia in our mini mental health series. Before we begin with this video, let me give you a small reminder to make sure you watch the video in full, because in the video there will be 3 key words throughout the video. When I come to the keyword, I will say keyword, what that keyword is. So make sure you watch the full video, and at the end of the video, in the comment section, along with your genuine comment, put down what the 3 keywords are to be eligible for my free merch giveaway when I reach 2,000 subscribers. So saying that, let's get started. As far as the diagnosis for claustrophobia, you should see a doctor if your symptoms have become persistent. Don't wait until your claustrophobia becomes too overwhelming, though. An early diagnosis can help you better manage your symptoms. Your doctor will review your symptoms and give you a physical exam. They'll also take into account your history of excessive fear that isn't associated with any other disorder, may be caused by anticipating an event. Hold on one moment here. And those are the 2 things for the diagnosis. As far as the treatment of claustrophobia, claustrophobia is most commonly treated by keyword psychotherapy. Different types of counseling can help you overcome your fear and manage your triggers. You should speak with your doctor about what type of therapy will work best for you. Treatment may include any of the following: cognitive behavioral therapy, which will teach you how to control and alter negative effects that arise from situations that trigger your claustrophobia. By learning to change your thoughts, you can learn to change your reaction to these situations. Rational emotive behavioral therapy, which is an action-oriented form of CBT, which is the cognitive behavioral therapy, that focuses on the present. Rational emotional behavior therapy, otherwise known as REBT, addresses unhealthy attitudes, emotions, and behaviors. It uses a technique called keyword disputing to help people develop realistic and healthy beliefs. Therapists for relaxation and visualization. Therapists will offer different relaxation and visualization techniques to use when you're in a claustrophobic situation. Techniques may include exercises like counting down from 10 to picturing a safe place. These techniques may help calm your nerves and ease your panic. Exposure therapy. Exposure therapy is commonly used to treat anxiety disorders and phobias. In this therapy, you'll be placed in a non-dangerous situation that triggers your claustrophobia in order to confront and overcome your fear. The idea is that the more you're exposed to what scares you, the less you'll fear it. Your doctor may also prescribe antidepressants or anti-anxiety medication to help treat your panic and physical symptoms. When prescribed, medications are usually used in addition to therapy. Now, the outlook on claustrophobia is pretty good, because claustrophobia is treatable and people can recover from the condition. For some people, claustrophobia disappears when they get older. If it doesn't, there are different ways you can treat your fear and physical symptoms, as well as manage your triggers in order to live an active and fulfilling life. Now, here are some tips to help you manage your claustrophobia. Many people with claustrophobia will avoid the spaces that keyword trigger their disorder. That doesn't work well as a long-term solution because you may eventually find yourself in a scary but unavoidable situation. There are ways, though, to cope during an attack. For instance, you can breathe slowly and deeply while counting to 3 with each breath. Focus on something safe, like time passing on your watch. Remind yourself repeatedly that your fear and anxiety will pass. Challenge what's triggering your attack by repeating that fear is another way. It's also important not to resist the attack when it's happening. You may want to stop the attack from happening, but if you're unable to stop it, your anxiety may increase and make the attack worse. Instead, accept that the attack is occurring. Remind yourself that it's okay to experience these feelings. Reassure yourself that the attack isn't life-threatening, and remember that it will pass. And those are all very important things to remember. And as you can see, there's a lot going on with somebody's mind when they have claustrophobia. I like to take this time to go over some of the techniques just to give you an example of what they're talking about. When they say to, breathe slowly and count to 3, it would be like 1, 2, 3. So you're actually counting to 3 as you're exhaling, and you're slowly exhaling. So it's not a exhale. It's an inhale deeply, exhale slowly out of your mouth. Another thing that they had mentioned is counting to 10. When you find yourself in a situation, count down slowly from 10. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. This gives your body a chance to calm itself down. I use the counting down from 10. I don't have claustrophobia, but when I get really stressed out and I'm about ready to blow steam, I use that technique all the time, and it does help calm your body down. The other thing is you could sit there and watch your clock. If you're in a situation like, say you're in an elevator and you're getting claustrophobic because you're waiting for it to reach the floor, instead of looking at the display on when it's going to hit, just keep an eye on your clock and just sit there and watch. Or if you have a phone, do something to take your mind off of it. Whether you're watching your watch tick by, or you've just put some relaxing, calming music on. When my husband, he had claustrophobia because of his PTSD. He hated elevators. I mean, he would even get claustrophobic when it came to getting needles. So bad that he would actually have a panic attack that would trigger his seizures when he had his brain tumors. And I remember I used to have to tell him, I would go in the doctors with him when it came time for testing or a needle for something. And I would have to get his mind off of it because we don't realize when we do things like go to the doctors, we anticipate things before they happen. And when you do that, that increases the claustrophobia and the fears. But if you take your mind off of it, like with him, I would have him look at me and we would have a conversation while the doctor was giving them the needle. And then when the I knew he was done, I would stop talking, and then my late husband would say, okay, I'm ready. And the doctor said, what do you mean you're ready? And he says, I'm ready for the needle. And he says, it's done. He didn't even feel the needle because his mind was not on it. So if we get into a situation like claustrophobia, when that anxiety comes, let it come. Don't try to stop it. It's like trying to stop a seizure. You can't. Let it happen if it's going to happen. But before it gets to that part, if you think you're going to feel anxious because of the situation, get your mind off of it. If you're on an elevator, bring a book to read. Small little funny book, getting you to laugh and not thinking about the problem. Book of jokes would do good. Like they said, watch your watch. Anything to take your mind off of it. Now this isn't going to work all the times, like they said. But the more you can take your mind off the problem, the less you're thinking about it, the less you're going to feel that attack. So these are, some very good tips to use, not just with claustrophobia, but with any type of anxiety or a stressful situation. And that's it. We will be starting delusional disorder next week. Before I let you go, I want to remind you all to remember to see with your heart, because what the eyes see isn't important. What truly counts is really invisible to the eye, because only the heart can see it. You judging somebody because of what you think is going on can really hurt them. You could be the straw that breaks the camel's back, or you could be that life-saving rope to help somebody. Our words have the power to heal or to kill. Please, I implore you, use them wisely. Use them to heal people by encouraging them, inspiring them, uplifting them. Don't use them to tear down a person because you don't understand. Unless you can walk a mile in their shoes, which nobody can. I can't walk a mile in anybody else's shoes, and they can't walk a mile in mine. Because they're not living my life, and I'm not living their life. So therefore, who am I to call them a faker or anything like that, or say anything negative? I'm nobody, because I don't know what they're going through in their life. I've been on that end of the stick with my eyesight. I've had people tell me, oh, you're not blind, you can see. You're not my doctor, you're not me, you don't know how I have to see. What looks to you looks like I can see, but looks can be very deceiving. Until you know for sure what I'm going through, don't go there. One of these days, I will put a video up on my eyesight to give you guys an idea. It's going to take me a while because I need to find certain things to do it. But that's not the situation right now. I just want you all to try and practice seeing with your heart more and not your eyes. Because what the eyes see can lie. What the heart sees never lies. Now, I'm not saying your heart, in like love situations and stuff is not going to lie to you. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying if you see people through your heart, you can truly determine a person's character that way. Because a person's character is not about the way they dress, the way they talk or walk, or anything outwardly. Their character is defined by inward, and you can only see what's in there through your heart. And that's how I've judged a lot of people, and I can tell if they are, good or not. That's how animals see us. Have you ever wondered why a dog is so loving? Or a child is so loving? Even abused children will sit there and defend their parents. And when they're taken away, they'll cry because they see with only their hearts. They're innocent. They see with their heart. Animals see with their hearts. So we were given that ability to see with our hearts at a very young age, but as we grew and matured, we became less trusting because of our circumstances around us and stuff. But we should never let that get in our way for seeing and using that for what it was meant. God wanted us to use our hearts for a reason. Yes, He gave us 2 eyes to see, but He wanted us to use that to see the beauty that's in the world. The flowers that come up beautiful in different areas, like in Holland, they're beautiful tulips. Without your eyes, you couldn't see all the beautiful colors. But your heart is what sees what matters in people, everybody. Your heart, not the eyes, but your heart sees deep inside. Your heart is how you see into a person's soul. To see their core, to see what they're about. So remember, always see with the heart and not the eyes. And until I see you again, remember, you all out there are very important to me. You all matter because we were all uniquely made. And I love each and every one of you for you. So until we see each other again, love you. Bye.